Good morning and welcome to another episode of Tidbits. Today's episode is titled Loaner Engines and Propellers. And unless I can think of something else to throw in here at the same time, but if not, let's look to the table. On the table here you can see that I've got two rather large OS engine boxes, and these boxes, the color of them dates back to the late 90s, early 2000s, I believe. And this muffler here, you can see how large this is, so hopefully it'll give you a clue. So these two engines and exhaust came to me on loan from a friend named Jim. He's an incredible man. He's the one that sent me the HP 20 Gold Cup engine, and he also sent me a whole bunch of props for me to keep to use on the channel. So let's take a quick look at both of these engines. And what he sent these to me for was he purchased these from eBay. He believes that they are new, and he would like me to run them, break them in, and tune them, get them set up initially, and send them back to him. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me just stand these up on end and show you which they each are. So one is a 120AX engine, a more modern engine. I'm not sure when that came out. I'll have to look on my timeline and see if my timeline goes that far into the present time. And then the 160FX. FX engines, love FX engines. So let's that is just so happens to be the exhaust that this thing goes through. So let me move the AX engine off to the side real quick, and let's take a look at these engines here. Now, I did not look on my timeline to see when the 160FX came out, but by the time I edit this, I'll put it on the screen here. So we've got our standard owner's manual. Not a whole lot of excitement there. Here's the excitement. And the excitement is this huge engine. Is there anything else in here that's of relevance? I'm always looking at the bottom. Okay, nothing else there. So let's move this stuff out of the way for now. And I'll zoom in. Move that out of the way of the light. So here is the 160FX engine. I don't believe I've ever run one of these before. This is huge. It reminds me of the 108 FSR, the BGX engine in size, and I can imagine because they both, I think it was the BGX engine that actually used the same 855 exhaust with this exhaust adapter. I know it was a thirsty girl, very thirsty. And the beautiful thing about both of these engines is they're both ringed engines. Does not smell like it's ever been run. But man, this thing's beautiful. So that's our 160FX, and of course this is the exhaust. So this is a big engine. It's going to be very fun. I don't know that I'm going to be putting that on the Ron Sexton test stand. I don't think so. I think that's going to be something that is only on my PSP stand, because I just don't think I would trust the Ron Sexton test stand to hold either of these. So here's the 120AX. Now the AX series of engines is a series that I'm not as familiar with, I'm not as impressed with. Here's a reason. As you can see, if you watch my, what was that, the video just prior to this one with the 91FX engine. Oh, it was a Facebook Marketplace steal. That 91FX engine had a real nice manual. The book, it was from 1999 was when that was purchased, and that manual was had Japanese and English. This one, the FX one, only English, much thinner. And then now you get to where you're getting something like this, where it's just folded out pieces of paper that represent your manual. So, I mean, you can see how things just started going cheaper, I'll say. So in this, you've got the standard AX style exhaust, and yeah, that's a power box. Cool looking exhausts, Very nice. I mean, I really like that, the look of that exhaust. And then we've got some screws here, and it looks like it comes with big extension, adapter extension. I don't know if you have to use that or if that's only for getting outside of your cowling. It must just be for getting outside of your cowling, because here's the shorter screws for just without using that. So I mean, this AX engine is impressive to look at. It's pretty cool. Let's zoom in here a bit so you can see this. This is kind of a neat looking engine. I'm not sure I'm really on board with this head shape, but this is clearly a new in-box engine, and again, another ringed engine, so that means nearly unlimited longevity, which is why I like ringed engines. I'm sure this guy is going to be, girl, whatever, whichever it is. Sure, this one's going to be rather thirsty also. So this is going to be fun. So I've got two large new OS engines, two-strokes, that I get to play with on the channel again here. So let me put this one aside here real quick, and we'll look at these props. I'll just put this stuff back in the box here real quick. So Jim sent me a bunch of props. And these are ones that I get to keep for the channel, which is pretty impressive. And Jim, thank you very much. And this first one, I don't even know if I zoom all the way out if it's still even going to fit in here. This is a Zinger 2212. See if I can go in largest to smallest. Here's a Top Flight 2010. Now these have never been used because they've never been reamed out at all. Here is a Zinger 1810, which is a used engine. It's been reamed out. Oh wait, I'm looking at only the wood ones. Here's a Dynathrust, and this looks like it says it's a 20, it's hard to see on here, 26 or a 28. And then this is a very interesting propeller. It's called a Black Eagle. Looks like a Zor. Very much looks like a Zor. I wouldn't be surprised if Zor made this engine or this prop for Black Eagle. It's a Black Eagle 1610. Never heard of this brand before, but it makes me think it's a Zor because of the way the tip is shaped and the finish on it. That's a beautiful, beautiful prop. And then the other props here are more common sizes. Here we've got a Master Air Screw 14.8, Zinger 13.7, Zinger 11, I'm not sure what that says. Seems something really weird. 11 by, I don't know, I can't, 7.5, it was something odd. Another small Master Air Screw, APC 10.6, amazing. I was just saying a few videos ago that I'm very short on APC 10.6 props. And then we got a Zinger 9.6, a Zinger 9.5, and another Master Air Screw. I've always used these props. I don't mind these props, but man, it's just hard to figure out what the real size is because it says like 12.5. It says K1250. So I don't know. I guess maybe that's a 12.5. So anyway, that's the lot of props I got. Here's one of the engines I get to run. And here's the other engine I get to run. So thank you very much, Jim, for the gift of these props that will get used. And thank you very much for the opportunity to allow me to feature and run your engines on this channel, because I believe these are going to be two more new engines that have never been on the channel before. So, thank you all for watching.